beans.
Yeah.
Now I want to say this. There was this time he decided to declare fasting for me.
Right.
3 days fasting.
Okay.
So I fasted for 3 days. No water, no food. How old was I? I was only 10. No water, no food, no sleep. How do you beat this? So now, after the 3rd day, they gave me eba and banga soup. Oh my God, I ate as if, I don't know, I don't think I was really hungry, but because I was being deprived, I ate, and this time I can't even cry.
Because you're just focused.
After the food, I took my plate, I took them to the kitchen to wash. As I was just washing, I turned my head, I saw the man walked into the kitchen and I jumped. It's only normal. As soon as I jumped, the man slapped me on my eyes. So what did you put in my food? He just made a fresh big pot of beans. I said, I didn't put anything. He slapped me and he summoned all of my siblings to come out. They came to our living room and he brought this big pot of beans and they were singing. And they said, I have to finish the beans. My mother was there. I sat down. I ate these beans. The beans, this man that is over 30, he eats this pot of beans for 3 days. He eats this very pot of beans for 3 days. But after eating eba and banga soup, I ate these beans. That was the first time I saw a member of my family had compassion on me. One of my elder brother, his name is Morris. He just shook his head and went into the room. Now, after eating these beans, do you know I still did not sleep? This was at night.
So they still didn't let you sleep that night?
Okay, so I only told this part of this bean story because I'm going somewhere.
Right.
So I went with my friends one time. We were in school. At this time, I'm like 12 years old. This thing happened, the beans thing happened when I was 10. Now I'm traumatized by beans. Once I see beans, I remember the feeling. I remember my siblings seated around me and I was going through pain and agony. So I went to my friend's place. At this time, I used to beg for friendship. Whatever I have, even my notebooks, I give to people just to buy friendship, just to see if they will like me. I steal my mother's money to give to people, to just buy friendship. So I followed these people to their house, my friends to their house. At home, in their house there, their mother prepared beans. And said, oh, all of you come and eat. Mitro, sit down. Called me my native name. Maweriswa, sit down, come and eat beans. And I said, no, I'm not going to eat beans. Then the woman looked at me. You are a very bad child. And called the children, don't ever play with him. He's such a horrible child. A normal child eats whatever the mother gives to him or her. And this was how I lost that friendship. I got home. I cried because I can't even explain. No one is giving me. So why am I saying this? Sometimes you see some trace in some children and you think it's just this. There is more than that. What I'm just saying, can we be friends to these children? Can we ask questions? Sometimes you see this child trying to defend him or herself. Then the next thing you say, the child is rude. If you are being a good parent or a normal adult, an educated person, you should go down and find out.
You are the adult, that is the child.
Yes,
you are the adult.
You
are the one to find out.
Yes, we really need a shift of culture here. So I went home. From then, these people, they stopped playing with me and I loved them so much. So things started going on this way, losing friendship. It even got to a point when I was, okay, now I was in secondary school. I want to come to the point where how I got my self-esteem to a certain level. So when I was in that primary school, I was now doing well. The man insisted that I have to leave the school. This wicked man, Chochi. He said I'm too old to be in primary school.
Okay.
So I should leave the primary school when I'm in primary 5. Remember I just told you that the man only established the next class when his pupil gets to the next level. So he said I need to leave the primary school and go to secondary school, and I'm in primary 5. But this man had to promote his primary 5 pupils to 6 before he now starts. So the man had no option. I had to leave the school. And they now put me in a school. They enrolled me in a school that was right at the back of my house.
So he could monitor you.
This man will be at home. Maybe, I don't know if he's really having a dream or what. Then he will come to the school because there's no teacher. The principals, they don't really care. They don't really know what the children are doing. So they will come. He will come and take me from the class and take me home. There was a day, I don't know whatever I dreamt of. He came home and gave me a keg to go to river to fetch water. And now in the rural area, I don't know if you grew up in the village, but in the rural area, our rivers are very quiet when children is in school.
Right.
And now when you're going to river, like you can see in the Nollywood movie, you'll see there's a very tiny bush path that you have to go. So normally we go to that river and come back in an hour, 10 minutes. But he said I should go and return in 40 minutes. So I ran, but I came back. I came back like in 40, maybe 45, few minutes late. This man, he lit fire. Took chili, gave me to go grind those dry pepper and put it all over my body, on my body. He tied me on the tree, lit the fire under me. He flogged me. I was rolling on the fire like this. And after that, he took me down, showed me razor blade, and he said, now go back to the river. Come back in 25 minutes. If you don't make it this time, you see this razor blade? I'm going to cut all your body and put more layer of fire, of chili. So I took my keg. I ran. This time I would not say I ran. I flew. I got to the river. When I was coming back, as soon as I was coming back, I saw an old woman. I was now in the village. I've left the bush path. And the old woman told me, my son, please, can you give me water to drink? I said, oh yeah. So I just quickly dropped my keg and I turned the water for her. She had like 2 sips and poured the rest on her head. At this point, I'm always looking for someone to help. So I could get like relevance. Like I told you, I was stealing my mother's money to buy things to people. I gave up my notebooks, my pen. I never come back home with pen when I go out. So I could get friendship to like buy love or just buy attention. Now, this woman, as soon as she poured it on her head, I asked her, I said, Mama, why did you pour the water on your head? She said, my son, I've not had a shower for 3 days. And you know how scorching the sun could be. At this point, I had forgotten that I was on timing because I had so much compassion on her. I poured the water for her. As soon as I was pouring the water, I turned around. This woman was on her knees. I'm like, what happened, Mama? I've not done you anything wrong. You know, traditionally they feel your elder can't go on. And this woman was praying and blessing me. It was when I heard she was praying and blessing, that was when I know it wasn't anything malicious. So I took that was when I remember I was on timing. I picked my keg. I ran back to the river. I was rushing back. When I was coming back, I said, I just got a point. I said, no need. you're just going to die today. The first time you missed with 4 minutes. This time I'm sure I've spent more than an hour extra. So I just made up my mind, there's no need to run. You're just going to die. So I was thinking, where would they bury my corpse? I would say, okay, maybe it's under the orange tree. I said, no, that orange tree is too dignified. I was not saying maybe they would throw my corpse in the plantain plantation. This time I was just 12. These were the things that was running through my mind as a child. Now tell me, how am I going to form as a normal human being? So, but when I go home, God, this man was not at home. Tears of joy just enveloped me. I cried and I cried and I sang songs. I went back to the river. I forgot that the river was now lonely. Out of happiness and joy, I filled the house. Then I went to school. School was now over. I went to pick my bag and brought it home. Then I sneaked out of the house. I went to this old woman's house. I went to fetch more water for her at home. At once, I've seen someone appreciating my existence. I took her clothes and washed it. Then I was now cleaning her house. Then I went back home. So from that very day on, anytime they're beating me at home or when I'm going through those torture, I just remember that woman I helped. So gradually I started recruiting old people in the area. I would sneak there. My family, they didn't know. I would sneak there, go help them. So my life started having meaning back. Then I thought of it. I said, okay, my friends, how can I make friends? Then I said, okay, instead of really chasing these people like this, in my church I could even start children's choir. Yeah, of course children will come to the choir and from there we'll be friends. So I started that. These were the efforts I started putting in and my life started changing. Then I thought of it, so how am I going to keep helping people? I said, okay, I'm going to try. So I'll get a job with ECOWAS so I can work in refugee camp where I will help old people. So that was what now formed my mind. I chose to study languages and linguistics and majored in French because I felt it would give me a chance to. So these things were what now later formed my life. I now had reason to live. But now I'm not going to stop this by saying I had my rebellious time. So when all of this episode ended, I was now rebellious. And this is common among young people. When you keep beating a child, when the child gets to a point where you can't beat this child anymore, the child wants to get back. Or the child might have developed a coping mechanism. And some of these children's coping mechanism might be smoking, might be joining a gang, or they want to even prove you wrong that they are smart. And they might go join an armed robbery gang so they can make money and come prove to you that I'm not actually dull. Yes, and now they'll do it in a malicious way. In schools, teachers will call some children dull, useless, good for nothing, NFA. These are the children. If you notice, few of them will put more extra work, but the other ones, they will go join some. I was very, very privileged. I must confess at this point that God has always orchestrated my life. My rebel was that I started sleeping in one of my friend's house. I didn't used to come home anymore. And the luck I had was the house was a good home. So if they had a nuisance child, my rebel time was actually secured.
Thank God.
So this family, they are Odemeros, they are called Odemeros. I was living in their house. In the morning, I'll do whatever I have to do at home. Then in the evening, I've zoomed up there. And at this point, my mother could not even call me. All of them, they are supposed to have protected me. So they didn't even have a major grip on me.
Yeah.
How this happens in the society. I was like 16, 17.